to be with so many tremendous patriots. I'm blessed and honored that y'all would come out today. I'll tell you, this has been a good week. Earlier today, Indiana's own Governor Mike Pence endorsed our campaign. You know, Governor Pence is a strong, principled conservative. He is an optimistic, happy warrior. And he is someone who's demonstrated that when you put common sense conservative policies into effect, when you cut taxes, when you lift regulations, the result is you see economic growth. You see jobs result from doing just that. And we've seen economic growth in Indiana while the rest of the country has turned south. But imagine how much better Indiana would be doing without the 800-pound weight of the federal government on your back. This campaign is real simple. It's about bringing Hoosier common sense values to the entire country. And then earlier this week, I announced my vice presidential nominee, Carly Fiorina. Isn't Carly fantastic? You know, I'll tell you, it was a long and deliberative process. As a presidential candidate, the most important, the most solemn decision you make is choosing a vice presidential nominee, because you're telling the American people, this is a person you can trust to lead the country, to honor the promises we're making, to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, and to be commander-in-chief and keep this nation safe. And in making that selection, I was looking for three criteria. Number one, knowledge. Number two, judgment. Number three, character. Let's start with knowledge. This is a complicated world. We need someone who understands where jobs come from. They don't come from Washington. They don't come from lobbyists. They come from small businesses. They come from the American people. And when you get Washington off our backs, that's where jobs come from. And you know, Carly's success in business is extraordinary. She started as a secretary, rose the corporate ladder all the way up to become the CEO of the largest technology company in the world, the first woman CEO of a Fortune 20 company in history. And as important as knowledge of the domestic economy is, it's equally important to understand the world. This is a dangerous world, and you need someone as vice president, and for that matter, someone as president, who understands the difference between our friends and our enemies and has the strength to stand up and defeat our enemies. The second thing I was looking for is judgment. Someone who would make a decision in a careful, considered, sober manner. Someone who wouldn't fly off the handle, wouldn't react in a crazy, hot-headed manner to some Twitter storm. You want a steady hand at the wheel. You want a steady hand with their finger on the nuclear button. You want someone who will assemble a team around them that is capable and effective. You know, the old management adage that A's hire A's and B's hire C's. That was drawn into rather particular relief when Donald Trump recently addressed some young people and said his advice to them was surround yourself by people who are not very capable. Because he said it'll make you look good by comparison. He really said that. That may be the worst advice I could imagine to give to young people. That is not not the advice of someone who is confident in themselves. That is not the advice of someone who is strong. I'll tell you my view. I want everyone surrounding me to be smarter than I am, to know more than I do, to be more capable, because you bring a team of leaders together, a team of rivals like Abraham Lincoln did, and that's how we fix the problem in this country. I was looking for character. Character may be the single most important criterion in choosing a vice president or choosing a president. Are they honest? Do they tell the truth? Do they stand by their principles? Do they have principles? Or do their positions change as the wind blows, so in the morning it's one thing, at noon it's another, and in the evening, who knows, it might be a third. Do they know what it's like to struggle? Or has their whole life been handed to them on a silver platter? You know, Carly, not only did she climb from being a secretary through the corporate world, and listen, I say this being the son of my mom, who was a pioneering computer programmer in the 1950s, being married to Heidi, my best friend in the world, who spent 20 years in the business world. It is tough for women in the business world, and Carly endured that fight every step of the way. But you know, Sheriff Noel put his finger on another aspect of character. How do you treat other people? How do you treat people you don't have to be nice to? You know, everyone can kiss up to their boss. That's not hard to do. But how do you treat the clerk at the convenience store? How do you treat the taxi cab driver or the fellow working in the toll booth? That reveals all sorts about who you are and what your character is. And one of the things that impressed me about Carly more than anything else is when Donald Trump insulted her face, she stood up to Donald Trump and the bullies. You know, one lesson all of us learned in grade schools, bullies aren't strong, they're weak. Bullies are afraid. They think it makes them tough to beat up on people that they perceive to be weaker than them. But Carly stands up to bullies, whether it's Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or Vladimir Putin or the Ayatollah Khamenei. And let me tell you this, Carly terrifies Hillary Clinton. I can just picture Hillary thinking about Carly, tossing and turning, and tossing and turning in her jail cell. And this election is going to come down to three critical issues: jobs, freedom, and security. Let's talk jobs. The heart of our economy, it's not Washington. The heart of our economy is small businesses all across the United States of America. And if you want to see the economy take off, you take the boot of the federal government off of the back of the necks of small businesses. Ronald Reagan understood, and before him, John F. Kennedy understood, that when you reduce taxes and lift regulation, the result is millions and millions of new jobs in the private sector. Right. I intend to follow the same path blazed by Reagan and JFK. We're going to get the government off of our backs. If I'm elected president, we will repeal every word of Obamacare. It's the biggest job killer in America, and in its place, we're going to pass common sense health care reform that makes health insurance personal and portable and affordable and keeps government from getting in between us and our doctors. And we're going to pass a simple flat tax. So that every one of us can fill out our taxes on a postcard. And when we do that, we should abolish the IRS. We're going to rein in the EPA. And the federal regulators who have descended like locusts on farmers and ranchers and small businesses, killing jobs all across this country. And we are going to end the federal government's war on coal. 8 years ago, Barack Obama promised to bankrupt every coal-fired plant in America. You know, that's one of the few campaign promises he's come close to delivering. You know, I'll tell you, when I've had the opportunity to visit with coal miners, to look them in the eyes, the men and women who depend on the coal industry, over and over again, they say the same message to me. They just say, help me. It is wrong to have the federal government trying to destroy the lives, the livelihoods, the communities that are dependent on the coal industry, and that, I give you my word, is going to end. We are the Saudi Arabia of coal, and we are going to develop every energy resource we have and be energy independent from countries who want to kill us. And we're going to stop amnesty and secure the borders and end sanctuary cities and end welfare benefits for those here illegally. Let me tell you the effect of all of that. We're going to see millions and millions of new high-paying jobs. We're going to see jobs coming back to America, coming back from China, coming back from Mexico. We're going to see manufacturing jobs.